Honourable Independent Member for.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question is to the Minister for Racing. Minister, joining us in the House is Kira. Kira is a brave whistleblower who has raised concerns about the mistreatment of greyhounds at Tasracing's Greyhound adoption program and a belief that greyhounds have been live baited. We now know her concerns are well founded. She had initially raised these concerns to the appropriate internal channels at Tasracing, but they fell on deaf ears. Tasracing instead imposed more and more restrictions on her work in an attempt to intimidate her and squeeze her out. Unable to stand by and watch these dogs suffer, she decided the only way to protect them was to speak out publicly. She did so on 7 News on Tuesday the 24th of October. Minister, yesterday Kira was sacked by Tasracing. Her letter of termination references her refusal to accept restrictions on her work that would have affected the welfare of the dogs and her public statements to 7 News. Tasracing has sacked her for daring to speak an inconvenient truth. That's how they treat whistleblowers. Minister, do you condone the sacking of whistleblowers? Will you conduct an independent investigation into the seriously flawed management and culture at Tasracing?
Honourable Minister for Racing.
Thank you, Honourable Member, for asking the question. I want to acknowledge the presence of Kira in the gallery as well. Now, obviously, I'm not going to go into personal employment matters in this place. Of course, we expect all employment matters to be dealt with fairly and reasonably, and those matters worked through, of course, by Tasracing as the employer. If there are any suggestions of wrongdoing by Tasracing as the employer,
she's here.
Order.
if there are any suggestions of wrongdoing by Tasracing as the employer, of course, there are processes and mechanisms to deal with that, and certainly, of course, always encourage employees to exercise their rights under employment law. More broadly speaking, we absolutely appreciate and support the work of people that in the racing industry and in the racing community do each and every day to ensure the welfare of animals, the fairness of racing, and the long-term financial sustainability of this important part of the Tasmanian way of life. Everyone makes a contribution in their own different way, and we expect that when people go to work, they are respected, that they are supported, and that they are looked after. And of course, any further employment matters are a matter for Tasracing, but there are processes of which are available to employees if there are concerns.
Mr Speaker.